Prasad sir to Dheya Career Mentors. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. Thank you, Suruchi.
Sir, you have been with us for more than 2 years now. How does it
Yes.
feel?
It has been an exciting journey. One is, of course, the process of being trained as a career development facilitator and then as a career mentor and then
Right.
actually conducting sessions. It has
Yeah.
been an exciting journey.
Yeah.
It has been an enriching and learning journey.
So, Prasad sir, can we start by you telling us a bit about your career journey?
My career journey started almost 27 to 28 years back.
Mm-hmm.
I started my career in the corporate sector. I
Okay.
started my career, the first 6 to 7 years of my career, I spent in the corporate sector in areas such as learning and development, human resources development, strategic planning. Those were the specific areas, vision, mission building, and those were the specific areas that I was looking into. And
Mm-hmm.
then after around 6 to 7 years, I got the opportunity of getting exposed to the developmental sector
Mm-hmm.
and particularly the area of education. I felt quite excited about that. And
Mm-hmm.
I decided to make the shift from the corporate sector to the developmental sector,
Right.
and the focus area being education.
Yeah.
So, since then, for the last 22 years, I have been in the education sector. Most of my time I have spent in the developmental sector, that is, in the developmental space.
Right.
I have worked in both the rural and urban setups. I have worked in private schools as well as government schools. I
Right.
have worked in international schools. I have
Yes.
worked in schools in the country, outside the country. I have played various roles, right from being a teacher to an administrator to being a principal, played various roles in the education sector in
Right.
that space. So this has largely been my career journey so far.
Right, right. So you have been in contact with the education sector for most part of your career. So
Yes.
what was the primary driving thought behind becoming a mentor?
The primary thought of becoming a mentor, one was when I got to know about Dheya, the kind of work that it was doing. One of the employees from Dheya, they got in touch with me and spoke about Dheya and spoke about the kind of work that Dheya is doing. And that initially excited me.
Right.
And I decided to let me just experiment, let me just explore. And I
Mm-hmm.
decided to go in for the training program, initially as the career development facilitator.
Yes.
And the training program made me aware of a lot of aspects about the kind of process and the kind of work that Dheya is doing. So at the training program, the one for the facilitators, I got exposed to the kind of process and the kind of guidance work, career guidance work that Dheya is doing. I got to understand it much better. It also gave me an understanding of myself as well as how the guidance is done, how the career development process is implemented. And the space from which Dheya does its career guidance, its career development, is a very positive space. And that is what really excited me about moving from being a facilitator to a career mentor. It comes from a space of appreciation, it comes from a space of where you are telling an individual how good they are. And that makes a lot of difference.
Right.
Society does not lose any opportunity to tell you how bad you are or how good you are not and how you have to keep growing, how you are coming from a limited space.
Yes.
But that is the difference when you use the appreciative inquiry model,
Mm-hmm.
where you are telling people how good they are.
Right.
When you're telling people how there are so many positive things in you and
Yeah.
you're working on those areas and your focus is on those areas. And that is what really excited me about Dheya's career guidance and career development process.
All right. So that was beautiful. May I just ask you something? After you've started working as a mentor, do you have
Yes.
any memorable experiences, any student whom you will remember for the rest of your life?
I think each of the sessions that I conducted for Dheya, I will remember each one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because of the way when you are talking, first and foremost, based on the RAPD profile, we start the process and we use the process of appreciative inquiry
Yeah.
and we kind of tell the students of all the things that they are good at.
Right.
And when that process is happening, the light on the child's face,
Uh-huh.
And the way the child's face lights up,
Mm-hmm.
the way the parents' face lights up.
Mm-hmm.
And what they say is that, the parents say is that, I was aware a little bit of all the goodness in my child, but
Mm-hmm.
so many good qualities, when they become so much aware of that, I
Right.
think that's a beautiful experience.
Yeah.
To see that light on the face, to see that suddenly they begin to realize how good they are.
Right.
I think that's a highlight of every session. And I have seen that happening without fail in every session that I have conducted.
Right.
And that, I think, is the essence of Dheya's work.
Right.
And of course, Dheya also has a fantastic database of career information, and they have a lot of different aspects of the model. But the appreciative inquiry model, that process and how it impacts the child,
Mm-hmm.
I think that, and the parents, I think that's an amazing thing. I mean, when the child and the parent actually leave the room,
Mm-hmm.
they have a different view about themselves,
Right.
a
Right.
different positive view about themselves,
Right.
and about the parent, about the child. And I think that's the beauty of Thea's work.
I feel really happy that you are so satisfied being and working as a mentor with us. It's really a
Thank you.
pleasure whenever I talk to a mentor, seeing that glow on the mentor's face while talking about his work. That work satisfaction, it's just phenomenal. It's always something, I look forward to when I'm talking to any mentor.
Wonderful.
Just to end, do you have anything to say to the parents and the kids out there?
The process that Dheya is using of appreciative inquiry and looking at the goodness in you, or looking at the goodness in a child, and helping the parents to understand the goodness in the child,
Right.
that should become a regular process in their lives,
Right.
rather than only looking at the negatives, rather than only looking at how good you are not.
Right.
Focus on how good you are.
Mm-hmm.
Use the appreciative inquiry model, use appreciative inquiry in your own lives, in the organizations that you are working in the
Right.
families that you are in the relationships that you are in, because it is a way of spreading goodness.
Right.
And that is something that, if every child, if every parent, and if each one of us is able to keep in mind,
Yeah.
I think that would be a beautiful space to be in.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Prasad sir, for
Thank
connecting
you,
with me
Suruchi.
today. It was a pleasure talking to you. And I
Yeah.
hope that our journey goes a long way from here.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Suruchi.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
for
much.
your time. Thank you.